So what is intuition? Tonight I want to say it's all about the eyes and the hands. Welcome, lovelies. Let's think about intuition together, shall we? Throughout the month of July 2021, I'm going to be posting videos about intuition. I'm going to be talking about it, working with it in my monthly Mindful Tarot Zoom and on the Mindful Tarot Facebook page. If you're interested in joining our online community, coming and hanging out with us in our monthly community Zooms, just drop me an email below. My address is, and come on board. Yeah, so intuition. Today I want to be thinking about intuition through the archetype of the second trump, the number 2 card in the tarot arcana, the major arcana of the tarot, the high priestess as it's known in the Waite-Smith deck or in the Crowley-Harris deck, or the papess, right? La papesse as it's known in the Tarot de Marseille tradition, or in this variant of the Tarot de Marseille known as the Besançon type tarot. That second trump is called Juno, after the Roman queen of the gods, wife of Jupiter. The Pope in that Besançon tarot is called Jupiter. So there's a switching out, a kind of classic, a classicizing of the tarot cards that happens in the Besançon tarot. Now, the most famous version of the Besançon tarot, try saying that 10 times fast, Besançon tarot, is the 1JJ. This is a vintage version of this deck. This deck is still in print. It's still easy to get. I snagged this on eBay not like 3 weeks ago. I have another copy of it that's a little bit newer, like probably 75 or so. This I think is, I don't know, I want to say it's 69, and it's the Wayman Brothers. It has this very cool little slider box, and the images don't look any different. The colors are the same, the backs are the same, but the cardstock is thicker and has a more satiny feel. Anyway, here's here's Juno, beautiful Juno. So this is the High Priestess figure in the Besançon tarot tradition, another version of her in that tradition. This is Conrad Stain's Our New Tarot, and there she is again with her sacred birds. The peacock, and there's a peacock and a peahen here by her feet, and just the male peacock right there. And that's the peacock, that's the part of this image that is so fascinating to me. So the High Priestess, you know, as we know her from the Waite-Smith tradition, so much a figure of intuition, right? Of this ability to know without knowing, this kind of miraculous, mysterious penetration of the veil, of what's behind the veil, right? Knowing something that's not that kind of solar-powered knowing of the magician who can see everything, can manifest everything. The High Priestess lives more in the world of the dark, right? In the world of the murky depths of the waters. She's the figure of a kind of unknowing that is a grasping of truth beyond discursive, rational, practical, productive know-how, right? That's the second trump, is the figure of intuition. So what is Juno as another version of the High Priestess? What does she tell us? What does she teach us? For me, the decisive element here is her peacock. Now, the peacock, it is said, became Juno's sacred animal because the figure of Argus, who had 1,000 eyes, protected her. And it's the beauty of the peacock with its eyes in every feather that then becomes the emblem of her protection, of her strength even in her weakness, that all-seeing quality that keeps Juno safe and that Juno can convey to the world. When I think about these 1,000 eyes of Argus, I think about the Buddhist version of that image, which is the bodhisattva, or kind of saint, or angelic being, the enlightenment being of compassion, the bodhisattva of compassion. Kuan Yin. We often see figures of Kuan Yin, like you'll see them in Chinese restaurants often. Kuan Yin, maybe some of you have seen the Kuan Yin Oracle or Wild Kuan Yin. It's very popular oracle decks. Kuan Yin is the female version of the Bodhisattva of Compassion. She's often shown with sort of a pitcher of water with lotus blossoms. There are all sorts of iconography about her. One of the ways the same Bodhisattva is depicted is as a male deity, Avalokiteshvara. This is let's see if we can get this clear for you guys. This is a Chinese sculpture of Avalokiteshvara. And if you'll notice, Avalokiteshvara has 1,000 hands, and every hand has an eye in it, an eye at the center of the hand. So what is that imagery all about? The Bodhisattva of Compassion responds to the world in every way that the world has need, has problem, has suffering. The Bodhisattva of Compassion is continually responsive, able to hear the cries of the world. And in fact, the Japanese name for Kuan Yin, or for Avalokiteshvara, is Kannon, the being who hears the sounds of the world. Kanzeon is another version of the name. So let's bring this back to intuition. And what we learn here is that as a figure of intuition, a figure of the goddess whose emblem is the 1,000 eyes of the peacock, the beauty of absolute watchfulness and responsiveness. Intuition, what is it? Intuition is just about paying attention, seeing the world. Intuition is being all hands and eyes, ready to meet the cries of the world, ready to meet what's in front of you. Can we just be hands and eyes? Can we just be responsiveness? Can we just notice what's right here in front of us? Intuition is ultimately, in this tradition, about what's hidden or dark. In many ways, intuition is about what's right here in front of us, and often goes unnoticed. Eyes and hands, meeting the world again and again. Thank you so much for your practice, everyone. Take good care.